exactly 6 p.m. And would you do the honors of doing the Pledge of Allegiance? Thank you.
Of the United States of America,
To the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Yes, good evening. Chairperson Richard is absent. Vice Chairperson Cohens,
Present.
Commissioner Houston,
Here.
Commissioner Smith,
Present.
Commissioner Swamy.
Here.
This is the time for the public to address the Planning Commission on items not on the public hearing portion of the agenda. After obtaining permission to proceed by the presiding officer, speakers should first state their full name and address for the record, although it's not required. The speaker shall limit their address to 3 minutes. Any public comments that are discriminatory, defamatory, or otherwise not protected speech will not be consented to, or otherwise adopted by the Planning Commission in its deliberations and findings. As a courtesy to others, please silence cell phones and other electronic devices. The Planning Commission strives to treat all participants with civility, and we ask that you do the same. Again, please keep remarks to 3 minutes. Seeing nobody else, I will close oral communications. Planning Commission consent calendar.
There are no items.
So we have continued public hearings.
Yes, Commissioner, we have a design review application number DR 2024-0012 for tonight's meeting.
Okay. Now is the time and place to open the public hearing to consider design review application DR 2024-0012. Planning Assistant Anais Bermudez will present the staff report.
Good evening, Commissioners. I'll be presenting design review application DR 2024-12 for the facade remodel located at 3820 West El Segundo Boulevard. I'd like to point out that when we uploaded the agenda with the application materials, an NOE was prematurely posted that didn't reflect the categorical exemption correctly. So the updated NOE is in your packets as well as on the website now.
Thank you.
The project site is located in the limited industrial zone and is surrounded by a mix of land uses. There are medium and high density residential properties as well as a few commercial parcels east. And just across El Segundo Boulevard is an urban open space parcel which is home to the Hawthorne Memorial Center. This is what the site currently looks like. The property is rather large at just over an acre, and the two structures are each about 11,000 square feet. The property is very clean and is maintained well by the property owner, but as you can see, the facades facing El Segundo Boulevard are a bit dated and could benefit from the proposed remodel. Excuse me. This is the proposed site plan. The scope of work is limited to the blue shaded areas. The work that has been proposed is new aluminum and wood siding across the building frontages and just slightly along the interior. It's important to note that none of the work extends beyond the front remodel, so there's no structural changes involved with this project. It's purely aesthetic. This is the rendering of what the finished product will look like once the project is complete. As you can see, the two paint colors that have been proposed for the aluminum and wood sidings are warm. There's a dark bronze color that's up top, and the wood shade below is, the base color is called teak. The windows are going to remain as well as the other elements, and there have been no changes to landscaping for the project as well. And that brings us to our staff recommendation, which is that based on the analysis of the issues and conditions of approval, the proposal complies with the Hawthorne Municipal Code and will not result in negative impacts to the surrounding neighborhood. Accordingly, staff recommends that the Planning Commission adopt a notice of exemption and Plan Check Resolution 2024-25, approving design review application DR 2024-12. Thank you.
Thank you. Does the Planning Commission have any questions for staff?
No questions.
I have no questions.
I have a quick question, just because I was looking at the NOE. What was the correction done on the project description? Can you
Yes.
read what is on the NOE, please?
I don't have the NOE with me, but it's in your packets. And the correction was that the previous one was a template used from a prior design review for a facade remodel, which was Me California. You guys saw that item before the Planning Commission back in November, I believe. And so the projects were very similar, so we used the same template, but essentially the categorical exemption is going to remain, which is a Class 1 for existing facilities. So essentially the project is exempt from CEQA, and so that's the exemption, Class 1 existing facilities.
Okay, so the project description right here, it says something about the existing restaurant with 2 second-floor apartments. So obviously that's not it. We're going to go back to the remodel only for the facade and so forth, correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
Me California was a restaurant, and this one's not.
Got you. Okay. And is the applicant present, and do they wish to speak? Do you wish to speak? We're good. All right. And thank you for showing up. Thank you. Is there anyone here who wishes to address the commission on this issue? And Ms. Maria, I want to say, Macherik, are there any documents placed into the administrative record?
There are no documents
Okay.
to present.
Do my fellow commissioners have any final comments on this item or questions for staff?
The only comment I have is I just want to say thank you for updating the look. I always love when things get a refresh in Hawthorne, and it makes our city more beautiful. So I just want to say thank you for that.
I now formally close the public hearing on these items. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Do I have a motion to
vote.
approve this application?
I second.
Okay, would the secretary please call for the vote?
Yes. The motion is to adopt the Planning Commission Resolution Number 2024-25, approving design review application DR 2024-0012. Chairperson Richard is absent. Vice Chair Person Cohens,
Yes.
Commissioner Houston,
Yes.
Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
and Commissioner Swamy.
Yes.
That vote reflects 4 to approve.
Okay. Moving on to administrative items.
There are no items, Commission.
Okay, items to be placed on future agendas.
No items as of now.
Okay. Commissioner reports. We'll start over here to my left.
I have no reports.
Okay.
I have no reports.
My heart goes out to all those that were impacted and affected by the fires in Malibu. And with that being said, I want to say it's good to be back with each and every one of you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Well, I do know that, again, Hawthorne's priority is safety of the community. And again, our hearts go out to the victims from the fire. Okay. This meeting is adjourned at 6:11 p.m. to the next regular meeting scheduled for February 5th, 2025.
Thank you, Commission.